The design that we're using right now is using compute from Celium.
So there Jake Steeves is mentioning Celium, Subnet 51. You can just mine things. He's responding to Ridge's AI, Subnet 62. And so it's all about fundamentals, not about price action. He looks at charts like this. This is what Ridge's AI is showing. Uptrend in the entire mission of this channel is to identify assets in the early stages of mega trends and make life-changing returns by investing in them. It's very doable. Many people have done it before. Internet stocks were a clear example of how to do that. Learn the technology, understand how disruptive it is, buy the assets when the prices are down here. The charts are crashing and look horrendous. This is the chart of Amazon.com. What happened after it crashed and scared everyone away and languished for years was it did a life-changing move to the upside, hundreds of X, right? So today we're going to talk about what assets have the potential to compete with these massive centralized companies. Which ones have real potential to do that? So why are we looking at blockchain technology? Because blockchain technology has proven its ability to be vastly superior to centralized technology, because what it does is harness very efficiently technological resources around the world. It's all attached to a blockchain. We don't have big centralized institutions and bureaucracies cluttering things up. It's extremely efficient. Bitcoin's organic growth leverages decentralized incentives, making it more cost-effective per dollar than Amazon Web Services' centralized managed approach, which incurs higher operational and scaling costs despite Amazon Web Services' efficiency. The Bitcoin computing network is the biggest on the planet. AI is telling us that it's more efficient per dollar than Amazon Web Services. That right there is massively revolutionary. That is the power of decentralized technology. So we're focusing on these decentralized technology assets. Bitcast, Subnet 93. We've talked about Bitcast on this channel. Bitcast is the decentralized creators economy. This is powerful stuff. Bitcast is built on Bittensor. It incentivizes content creators to create content. It calls its content creators miners. Content creators mine Bitcast tokens in exchange for providing a service, which is using their platforms to promote different technologies. In Bitcast's case, they want their miners to promote and expand the awareness of Bittensor. 3 months ago, we launched Bitcast, a YouTube influencer marketing network that's already grown past 300,000 plus subscribers, all incentivized by the Bitcast token, that's Subnet 93. And this video is incentivized by the Bitcast network, right? So what they're trying to do is get creators like me to create videos promoting TAO. Imagine if they can get a network of millions and millions and millions of subscribers and promote the awareness of the Bittensor ecosystem to that network. They're already at 300,000 subscribers, right? So this is a very, very, very powerful network. It's the marketing arm of Bittensor. Just like they're incentivizing people to solve quantum computing problems, AI problems, they're incentivizing networks to solve marketing problems. And the problem they are trying to solve is raising awareness for TAO, right? How powerful is that? Bitcast Subnet 93 is creating a powerful, exponentially growing marketing network. They wanted videos like this to raise awareness for Bittensor subnets. And in this video, we're going to talk about the assets that Jake Steeves, the creator of the Open Tensor Foundation, which created Bittensor, which assets he believes are disruptive enough to start to compete with big tech.
I registered a subnet about 35 minutes ago. It's Subnet 120. It's called Affine. So our earlier design, the design that we're using right now, is using compute from Celium.
So there Jake Steeves is mentioning Celium, Subnet 51, talking about how Subnet 120, which he created, is going to be using and paying Subnet 51. Here he talks about this subnet again. Not exponential revenue just yet, but I think it's a highly significant milestone for a digital currency to be revenue positive so early in its emission curve. It sells more compute per each token it mints dollar-wise. Take the leader away and it still runs a floating machine in space that prints cash. That's how he describes Subnet 51. Subnet 51 is a decentralized compute network. Unlike the Bitcoin network, which is just mining Bitcoin, this compute network can power anything, artificial intelligence, anything. So is it being adopted? Well, Lium, they're now calling it Lium. Lium's growth is insane. Credits used per hour over 35 days, hitting new all-time highs daily. Just broke $600 per hour. So it's revolutionary technology. We know this. Compute is going to be one of the most valuable resources on the planet. This is decentralized compute. It's starting to generate money. What is it doing with that money? Well, we just burned another 174,000 Celium tokens, or 14,000 TAO worth on Subnet 51. They're buying back their token. They're creating buying pressure on the token, and they are burning it, making it hyper deflationary. There's a 21 million fixed supply for all these subnets. So if they start going hyper deflationary, the value and scarcity of each token skyrockets. So they're making money, they're buying back their token, they're increasing their value, they're earning TAO emissions. Now, why is this revolutionary? Why can it compete with big tech? 8 H200s for $12 per hour, permissionless, nowhere else in the world. Someone said $98,000 remaining balance can afford you approximately 7,600 H200 semiconductor hours. That's a fair amount. Jake Steeves said, I love me some Lium compute. So he's massively bullish on this network. These assets charge less than big tech. So they can massively outcompete big tech. So that's a quick detailed summary of Subnet 51. The centralized competitor to Subnet 51 is Amazon.com, Microsoft Azure, Google. They're all providing compute. That's what caused Amazon stock to skyrocket, the massive amount of revenue it was generating from its compute. So we talked about Celium Subnet 51. It can compete with the big tech cloud computing providers. Who can Bitcast compete with? Amazon's influencer program allows creators to earn commissions by promoting products, competing with Bitcast's model of rewarding creators for brand-related content. While Amazon's program is centralized, it integrates directly with its e-commerce ecosystem, a key vertical for influencer marketing. So that's exactly what Bitcast is doing. There are huge companies around the world. There are big centralized competitors around the world doing it. But we talked about how revolutionary and efficient decentralized technology is. Bitcast is harnessing that to create an influencer marketing network. Again, these platforms become very valuable. Crypto is all about network effects, and Bitcast is growing exponentially. Here's another one, the third one we'll talk about, right? Again, we're raising awareness for these subnets. Jake Steeves says you can just mine things. He's responding to Ridge's AI Subnet 62. Miners continue to aggressively improve their agents, with a new top agent solving 46% of problems. What you want when investing in a crypto asset is growing adoption and revolutionary technology. What Ridge's AI does is train AI agents to become smarter and smarter and smarter. Talk about an incredibly valuable technology. The world's going to be taken over by AI agents. We need them to be incredibly smart. Ridge's AI is incentivizing miners. We've gone from 4% to 42.7% solved in 6 days, right? So we're seeing an uptrend for the intelligence of the AI agents created by this Subnet 62. Jake Steeves says, this is my technical analysis. We are not the same. He's looking at actual fundamentals, not price. Because what every investor in crypto should know is that price action will always be volatile. What matters is fundamentals. That's why the early stage investors in Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, Chainlink, some of the bigger cap assets, even TAO, made life-changing returns. And so it's all about fundamentals, not about price action. He looks at charts like this. This is what Ridge's AI is showing. Uptrend in AI agent intelligence. Again, it really doesn't get more valuable than that. So that's a quick detailed summary of Subnet 62. Who's the centralized competitor to Subnet 62? Google's DeepMind. Google has been advancing AI-driven coding through DeepMind's AlphaCode, which competes in programming competitions and its Gemini models. AlphaCode can autonomously generate solutions to complex algorithmic problems by leveraging Bittensor's decentralized network and TAO token incentives. Ridge's AI creates a permissionless, community-driven ecosystem where miners and validators compete to produce high-quality code. This contrasts with big tech's proprietary systems, which prioritize control and profit over open collaboration. Additionally, Ridge's AI's focus on integrating with open source repositories and building a marketplace for AI agents sets it apart from big tech's current offerings. So that's, again, a detailed summary of 3 Bittensor subnets: Subnet 51, Subnet 93, Subnet 62. We also talked about their centralized competitors and how these 3, this is just 3 subnets out of 128 subnets, right? Growing exponentially, revolutionary technology, phenomenal tokenomics. They all have fixed supplies, and they all have the potential to compete with big tech. That's what's going on in Bittensor land. Again, we're not worried about price action. We're earning unbelievable passive income in these subnets. That's what very few people realize about these subnets. You can stake these subnets and earn up to 250+% APY a year. So you're getting paid to wait as you ride out the volatility. If you have any questions on how to do that, you can reach out to me on Patreon. I'll walk you through exactly which ones I'm investing in and the wallets I'm using and how to do it securely. But it really is life-changing to be making 200% a year in passive income just to hold some of the highest quality crypto assets on the planet. So if you want to learn more about these subnets, you can visit their X pages. There's a link to https:/rebrand.ly/x_bitcast in the video description, and all the other X accounts of these subnets so that you can get a better understanding if you're interested. But again, we're early stage investors. We're trying to find the most disruptive technology on the planet. If we can find the technology that can compete with the previous generation of disruptive technology, which is big tech, then we have to take note.